Oh, hello there guys, Cyberfox here, and today is TOD's 3rd anniversary by the time I'm making this video. So why not celebrate this with an Iceberg video? Yes, you heard me right, an Iceberg video. Now, to everyone who doesn't know what an Iceberg video is, it's basically a conspiracy type video, I don't know, that pretty much quickly goes over topics from most well known to least known and obscure. Now, I made this iceberg all by myself. Florence helped me with some entry choices. There are 36 entries in total. So, why not begin?
The Elevator of Doom!
Realistic Gaming is a Roblox YouTuber with 771k subs. He is well known for his Roblox horror videos. And one time he actually played the Elevator of Doom. The video was also the reason why the Elevator Doom even became this popular today. He even was added to the game in his own update, but was later on removed because he was, well, old. I highly suggest watching his TOD videos, they're really well made. And he's even made some other good videos. Just check out this guy, even though his content looks like...
Scary!
I'm mainly talking about his horror game Roblox videos. My Discord server is the greatest Discord server in all of Discord. In there you can hang out or talk about my channel or TOD. You could also get some more updates and info on the game and my channel. So if you want to join, I suggest link in the description below. The dev team is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, it's pretty much me and some other guys helping make the game grow, adding new fun IPs and content. I'm the creator, Florence is the co-creator. By the way, please play Weird Maze. Then there's also Dark, Strong, Arsenal, and Pro Gamer, and some other people. Shout out to the dev team also. Without them, some of this wouldn't even be possible. The killers, no, not them, are the main objectives of the game. 99% of every floor in the game has at least contained one killer. Either it's a horror movie slasher, a creepypasta, or an SCP, or even something else. Even some originals and limited time killers are in the mix too. The killers in the game are like the killers in Dead by Daylight, or the Nextbots from Nico's Nextbots, or nearly any other horror game similar to this. Only catch is that it mixes pop culture and horror. Who's your favorite killer? I wanna know. Luad is the creator of the Creepy Elevator, which is one of the Elevator Doom's main inspirations. It's a really good game and I would highly recommend it if it was still open, but unfortunately it's not. That said, Luad actually played the Elevator Doom one time and he gave it a pretty good review. He's a really cool guy and his game brings so much nostalgia. So hearing the fact that Luad played the Elevator Doom just brings joy to me. Gamer Hexapod R3, also known as No Stairs Elevator, is a YouTuber that plays Roblox horror games. Kinda like Realistic Gaming, except he doesn't use his voice or face cam. His videos are pretty good, but they can get kinda boring the next couple of times you watch it, sure. Besides that, I always tune into his Elevator Doom videos and maybe even sometimes his other videos just to see what's up with the scary elevator community. And unlike Realistic Gaming, Hexapod is still making Elevator Doom videos, so I suggest to check them out. Mr. Guide is the main protagonist of the Elevator of Doom lore. Mr. Guide is the NPC in the lobby when you spawn in. He will give you info about what the game is about, and he even is a killer in the game as a flayed version of him. Mr. Guide appears to be a builder man in some work office who was probably trapped and possessed in the elevator, and this is why he turned into a flayed clone of him. And the unknown entity looks like it possessed the elevator into what it became, and you can be sent to some crazy crap. Scary Family Guy Elevator was this year's April Fool's event in the Elevator of Doom. It pretty much replaces every floor in the game with either old floors, memes, joke reskins, and badly made floors. It also included content that you will never see in the actual Elevator of Doom. This was, of course, a joke update of the game. It was teasing like it was going to be Chapter 6, but in reality, it was this. This game also translates well to TOD is not scary. Some people would say that TOD isn't scary because of the killers that the game has, for an example, Walter White, Darth Vader, Scorpion, etc. This might also be referring to the entry after this, which honestly might be the main reason at the moment. So yeah, at the moment, I think Elevator Doom isn't scary, but, however, me and the devs in the update we're working on at the moment, which will be the 3rd anniversary event, is actually trying to make the game more scarier, removing more joke killers, adding better jump scares, etc. Which also translates great to shaky jump scares, which is the thing that TOD has recently been hopping on to, saying that it's universally bad. I mean, just look at this jump scare. Because of this, I don't blame them at all. However, like I said last entry, next update, we got some really good jump scares planned, no joke. Even some being 3D jump scares. So, hope you're excited for that. Chapter 1 to 4 was still not good too. It was just the PNG image. Pretty much 95% of jump scares at the moment by making this video are just crap. Scamx is one of my best friends, not just on the internet, but IRL too. He will be joining the dev team soon, and he also helped on the Scary Family Guy Elevator. Scamx is also a Go Animate YouTuber, this is what he's more well known for. And he was also originally the guy who made the Joke Next bot.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's Jeff from Funny Show American Dad, made by Seth MacFarlane.
Overall, can't wait on what he does to the game, and go check out his content, and especially check out me and his collab, Chris Chan vs GoTube. Look, I made the Roblox animation! Chinian is a killer in the Elevator of Doom, and he's been in the game ever since day 1. He is a character that I created actually 4 years ago. That's right, not 3, 4. You see, Chinian actually originates from my old character elimination series.
The Chinese one.
Scary? Shiver me.
You shut up!
Shut up, man!
I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
He first appeared in the 5th season as the main antagonist, and he also was a contestant in season 6, but he got eliminated early. Spoilers. I mean, who watches my character elimination series anymore?
The person getting eliminated is Chinian. Oops. Just go. Yeah. Alright.
However, he actually appeared in the final season, which he was also the main antagonist. That's basically everything I have to say. Also, yes, I know that he looks like Black Cat, shut up. Early TOD refers to chapters 0 to 1, which survived through May 2020 to July of 2020. And the game was completely different in that time. The game was badly made, had viruses, the elevator and lobby were huge, and most of all, most of the killers didn't even have chase themes. They are videos that are gameplays or walkthroughs of the old version of the Elevator of Doom, and all of this was before when people like Hexpod and Realista Gaming first played the game. Also, Mr. Guy in Lover looked different. Flip Out Survival was a survival game I created back when TOD Chapter 2 was still in the works. It's a game that takes place in a Flip Out, which is a trampoline place in the UK. The game was very loved back then, even though it was pretty small and had some flaws. There are only like 2 or 3 videos about the game at the moment by the time I'm making this video. Unfortunately, the actual Flip Out Survival has closed down because I lost interest in making updates of the game and because of TOD's fame. However, there is a re-uploaded version by Florence that you can play right now, so check that out. There is one more entry of Flip Out in the Iceberg, so let's move on. In March 28, Roblox made an announcement that they're going to be deleting nearly every single audio in the audio library. Because of this, the Elevator of Doom had officially gone closed. The audio update was the worst update in Roblox. At least, there's probably no competition. But however, in October of 2022, the Elevator of Doom came back and the audio also returned. However, some audios had to be completely changed. A lot of people were really sad when the game closed, and yeah, it's sad. The saddest thing was I was not in a good state on Roblox during that time at all. Pretty much there is a lot of videos talking about Roblox's audio update and why it's one of the worst, if not the worst update ever, so I'll keep it brief. The TOD quote-unquote wiki was obviously a Wikipedia where it explains like the content and the killers in the game. It was mostly just pages of killers though, and it was absolutely bad. There were many problems like grammar mistakes and misinformation, and because TOD's community was and probably still is mostly made out of children, the wiki owner is a and the wiki page is open to literally everyone. Some crazy dumb is gonna happen. Also, most of the pages would either send you to either Corey Taylor's chase theme, which is psychosocial, or it will send you to some random weekend song. In October 22nd, 2022, I announced that we're going to be moving wikis. I'm now working on the official TOD wiki, and I'm only going to give admin to people that I can trust. I will put the link in the description for people that want to visit the wiki. Side note, let me know if you want to keep the wiki going and want to help it. Survival of Doom is a Midnight Horrors inspired survival game where you survive different maps. The game is created by Arsenal's Pro Slayer GG, who is the disaster scripter for TOD. He's also been helping with a bunch of jump scares for the game that'll be coming soon, and also working on a new disaster script and some other crazy stuff. However, this game's really good and all, but I accidentally advertised it like it was going to be an Elevator of Doom spin-off. In reality, it's not. It's just a game by the devs that got inspiration from the game and even some models from the Elevator of Doom. Despite that, I highly check out playing this game. It's really well made. You'll probably absolutely love it if you love Midnight Horrors. If I can sum up this game, it's basically like if you mix up the Elevator of Doom with Midnight Horrors. In the Backrooms update of Chapter 5, it was originally going to be bundled with a Doors update. And if you're one of the only few people that doesn't know what is a Doors, Doors is a horror game on Roblox inspired by Spooky House of Jump Scares, where you go through door to door while trying to survive some creepy looking monsters. If you've been on my Discord server, you'll probably remember that I was teasing a Doors update, and I even had leaked pictures of what the seek floor was gonna look like. However, The floor, along with all the other Doors characters I have planned, like Figure, Rush, and Ambush, have been cancelled due to copyright. Pretty much, Elsplash, the creator of Doors, can easily take down the game if you put any Doors assets in your game. It might just be if you just make like a Doors roleplay or promote it though, because when Rid Maze and the Scary Elevator added Doors, they were completely fine. My thoughts on Doors? I think it's one of my favourite Roblox games at the moment. The game's really fun, actually pretty scary at times. I know I said this a lot, but go check this game out if you haven't. But despite that, no, I don't think I'm going to be uncancelling this for anytime soon. However, in Scary Family Guy Elevator, Seek was quote-unquote added to the game, but in reality, it was Bald Creek. Cyberfox and Wolf warnings were fake warnings by Roblox's moderation, which if you don't know, Roblox's moderation is absolutely terrible. Some of the warnings are just absolutely nonsensical. Like for an example, I was given a warning for uploading the Mr. Beast vs. Squid Game instrumental, Kenny's face, the coffin dance thumbnail, and even the animal badge icon. Ironic because Roblox is fine with Slender parties in Meep City when the parties were still a thing, but yet when I upload a picture of Annabelle onto the site, I get slammed a warning for it. Luckily though, I haven't been banned for a day or got my account terminated, so that's a plus for now. The Emerald Coil is an item that you could get in the shop located in the lobby, and the item is in the coils section. The item was originally created by Tiny Turtle V5, who will be talked about later on in the Iceberg. This coil had many criticisms back then due to how powerful and fast it was. It ended up getting updated and nerfed due to what Tiny Turtle did later on, which we'll be talking about again later in the Iceberg. By the time I'm making this video, the coil's still in the game, but it will later on soon be replaced with the Ambrosia coil from the group room. Elevator of Scares was a Roblox horror elevator game created by TP Gaming 278. Basically, the goal of the game is your average horror elevator game. Enough said. Now, to be fair, I used to be friends with this guy, but I will explain later on. Though, to be fair, this game isn't horribly made at first. This game used to get some criticism for stealing assets from other horror elevator games like Scary Elevator, Nightmare Elevator, The Elevator of Doom even, despite I was friends with him, and many other games. Hey look, it's my old OC. God, it looks awful. But moving on, the creator wouldn't handle any criticism. And he normally has hilariously awful grammar, but then again, it might be because he's Brazilian. Sorry, Brazilians. Anyways, this is on the Iceberg because also the name was very similar to the Elevator of Doom. The Elevator of Doom, the Elevator of Scares. I mean, aren't you kind of copying just a bit? However, in late 2021, TP Gaming got his account terminated because he was uploading some type of audio. He's now working on a new elevator game, which is not actually that bad, I will admit. Overall, I'm gonna be honest, this game was mid. But don't worry, it only gets deeper. The Chapter 1 flip-out floor may be the most infamously bad and hated floor in TOD history. This floor came out in the game's launch, and the floor had many problems like unanchored parts, unnecessary decals, lag, infection, etc. This floor was so bad that it was even referenced in Flip-Out Survival. The floor was removed in the Chapter 2 launch, and it did actually come back, but completely remade, but was removed due to being boring. The remade floor was smaller and more basic. Also, the killer on the floor is the flip out employee, which is now renamed as the underpaid flip out employee. He's an original character. To say the truth though, I did not add any of the decals. It was actually XJ and Pro. Pro did later on apologize, but XJ, let's just say we'll talk about him in the next tier. VIP glitches were people, mainly children, just glitching to the VIP room. Enough said, really. Pretty much, the VIP room costs 100 Robux. Where some people wouldn't buy the VIP and would instead just glitch through the door, which if you don't know can actually get you banned in the game. Many people glitched to the VIP room and they always mostly get banned for it. You can basically tell if people don't have the VIP because in the name tag they would have the VIP icon on the left. So what's the lesson in this entry? Well, don't glitch to the VIP room. Enough said. If you do, then you're literally on the risk of getting banned in the game. The old dev team refers to the dev team from chapter 0 to 1. Back then, however, it was mainly just floor helpers. TOD now has like a whole crew of a dev team. Back then, it was only like 3, the most was like 5 people. So obviously you have me, and I'm explaining the history now. You have me as the creator, and then you got Nate, the creator of Spooky Survival, and formerly Spooky Elevator, and Dark, who still works for TOD as well. XJ and Pro later on joined in, and then they both left for reasons. Nate left somewhere around there, and Florence and Mark also joined the dev team in favor. Mark ended up getting fired because we'll see in the later entry, and the rest is history really. So yeah, more you know. Admin pop-ups. They were so annoying. For all the new players out there, admin pop-ups are infection virus thingies that you normally find in free models. Back then, Roblox wouldn't warn you about how many scripts they were, and because I was just beginning and all, sometimes the game would get admin pop-ups. This was all the time back in chapter 2 to 4. Luckily though, in October 2022 there hasn't been any admin pop-ups, and not even in chapter 5 neither. So it's safe to say that admin pop-ups have just been completely wiped out of the game now. Y'all don't need to worry about any more of these garbage appearing. I could even especially feel bad for how many kids got clickbaited from this. Bootleg killers are referring to models that are blatantly stolen from the Elevator of Doom, and were pretty much re-uploaded without any of my permission. And most of the people who re-uploaded these models are either just brainless preschoolers just learning about Roblox Studio and what it's about. There were many of these people, and I'm not going to name any of them because I don't want to give any of them a single bit of attention. Except I have to talk about one, or two even, and that is Forta Chonchu / Piggy Jidge. If you don't know who they were, I'll do some backup. They were both users that are either grown people trying to act like little kids, or they are actually little kids. There's also a very likely chance that they were also both the same person, like probably in like year 2, 3, somewhere around there. Fort / Piggy Jidge were like the queens of model stealing in the community. They would just get away with adding whatever they want, and even if we tried taking them down or warning them, they'd never stop. If you don't know, however, I had already talked about Fort kinda in another video. However, this video is old, and the exact same thing goes with, I even made a model stealer video. That's also old too, but if you want to watch them, here they are, I guess. However, today I'm now ignoring Piggy Jidge, because one, she's possibly a troll, and second, she's not really like going against me anymore. 4 on the other hand isn't that bad now. I played her new Scary Elevator game, and I'll have to give, it is not the absolute worst thing ever. And she even credited me! Yes, 4 to Chonshu, credits Cyberfox. Yes, it's finally true. I think it's safe to say that I think we should stop attacking the two. And besides, if we continued, the chances were they'd probably never stop. This is why I stopped topicking people like Ahem, the best dev ever, quote unquote. So at least this one kinda had an happy ending. Because we only have 10 more layers to go after this. Now before we begin this layer, every single person in this tier are all users. So before we continue, I just want to say, please do not harass or attack anyone mentioned in this Iceberg. This video is only made for entertainment purposes. Alright, with that out the way, let's continue. Mr. Nosohiro is the creator of the Scary Elevator and a really popular dev in the Roblox community. The Scary Elevator was originally the original Elevator of Doom inspiration. However, that is now mostly Creepy Elevator and Horror Elevator by Z-Madzeus. That said, there was a time where I absolutely loved the Scary Elevator. Nowadays, I don't know if I'm getting old or something, but it just doesn't hit the same. You're wondering why he is this low in the Iceberg. Well, I'll tell you. What you don't know is that I was actually banned off of the game, straight up, because I was doing a bit of criticism. Hero, my man, you can't even know how to handle criticism. Bruh. I am fully aware that his game is for kids. Yes. Obviously, it's obvious, because his game looks more cartoony than like the average horror game, which, okay, sure, that's fine. And he also removed blood, so keep in mind that this game is aimed at a more younger audience. That said, I just find the Scary Elevator to just be a cash grab. Though, unlike everyone else in this layer, I actually do think Hiro seems like a nice guy in real life. So this one might sound hypocritical because you could make the arguments because of me, but honestly, I don't like the Scary Elevator anymore, it's just a cash grab. Brian was a Roblox user that I collabed with 3 games before the Elevator Doom took off. There was Rad and Brian Elevator of Horror, Rad and Brian Mansion of Horror, which is the footage in the background, and Rad and Brian Scary Flip Out Survival. Every one of these games were really badly designed. It had 3 models and obviously it wasn't even scary in the slightest. Not to mention there was also infection, meaning that there was so many admin pop-ups and even people hacking into the game, especially with Elevator of Horror. That game got completely hacked by many. Brian was also obsessed with cartoon chaos. He also begged me to add certain killers, and he wouldn't even help us. He just begged us to make whatever he wants to add. Talk about lazy. Luckily though, his game has gone officially closed down. However, he's also gone hacked too, so... I mean, I kinda saw it coming. He kinda did deserve it after all. There's also been rumours that Scary Flip Out Survival ripped off Flip Out Survival, which is not really the case because I helped on the game. It's called Rad and Brian Scary Flip Out Survival, and I was Rad back then. Tiny Turtle version 5, also popularly known as Hannah, was a Roblox user in the TOD Horror Elevator community, also Midnight Horrors, and she was basically a very annoying brat. Back then she was actually in the Elevator of Doom, who was a killer in the FNF update and then was removed right after the update, the Chapter 4 launch. She also originally made the Emerald Coil, which is now being replaced with the Ambrosia Coil. After that, she became a huge bitch. She was making not safe for work art of Midnight Horror's characters, and was also just acting like a brat. To be fair though, she was probably like very young though, but still, why would an 11-year-old say racist stuff like the N-word? Also, if you're a Scary Elevator player, you may remember the Witty floor. Yes, Witty from Friday Night Funkin' was actually in the game. Well, she's made the killer model, and Witty was completely removed from the game like a day after he was added because of Hannah's controversies. So that's a little interesting side note. We've beaten this dead horse of a spoiled brat enough, so let's just move on. Marcy Fabricio, also known as Computer Head or Mark or what you want to call him, was a former TOD dev. This goes back to the old dev team, kinda, from a couple of years ago. He first began developing flaws in the game since chapter 0 or 1, somewhere around there. And he ended up getting fired in chapter 2's launch because he was saying things like, I'm a crybaby for an example, and also he was forcing me to use his flaws. And to put on top, he was the guy who deleted the original lobby and elevator in the old Elevator Doom game, which is why the old TOD had been moved. Of course, I didn't know how to revert the updates back then, which was the reason why it was reverted. Marcy Fabricio has also been officially terminated off of Roblox, which is well deserved in my opinion. However, he is back now on a new account, I don't know its name, and I have heard he's actually acting more mature now. XGICDO222 is a Roblox user who is infamously known for the game the super scary spooky elevator. And I'm going to be brutally honest, this is hands down the worst scary elevator game on Roblox of all time. Yup, not joking, this is the worst one. This makes the Scary Elevator by Judge look like a masterpiece in comparison. But enough with that. XJICDO222 also helped out on the old flip out floor from a couple of years ago. Quote unquote helped. I mean, all he'd done to the map was add a bunch of random killer decals to the map. He's also infamously well known for the many controversies he's been through. There's even an entire document about the many things he's done and was exposed for in Roblox, the Friday Night Funkin' community, and Discord. For example, he was acting like a predator towards minors, supporting problematic people such as Dream and that vegan teacher, giving crappy unnecessary roles on Discord to his favourite friends, and even warning people over very stupid things. He was a absolutely very horrible person. And also going back to the Elevator Doom wiki entry, he was the original owner, and he wouldn't give any one of us admin, and was also the reason why the wiki is open worlded to everyone, which made people claim that songs by The Weeknd will be in the game. Anyways, I'm not going to read the entire thing because it's long. However, if you guys want, I can make a exposing video about XJ and going through his exposure. Also, XJ, if you're watching this video right now, fuck you! Imposter group raids refer to accounts by dumb kids that would name the account Cyber something 9000YT and would join my group and just spam these accounts on the group rating rank. These accounts went so far to the point that it was killing the group. Many people left the group only because of these accounts. Let me tell ya, these accounts were so freaking annoying. They'd even blame other innocent group members in believing that they made these accounts. The real person who made these accounts, by the way, was Chaz Speedrun, who was a Roblox YouTuber. He was very well known in the community until he made the Baconhead Jamaica account, which he was portrayed as a hater and bully of Chaz, just to later on be revealed that he was Baconhead Jamaica. And I used to like him at the time, but after what he done, I just began completely despising him, and even his videos. Luckily though, no one has been making these type of accounts lately. And hey, if there's one good thing to come out of this, at least my group now has 1,000 members. Haha, suck on that, Chaz! Not to mention I was struggling a lot with my group around that time. Sad Satan was a former killer in the Elevator of Doom, added all the way back in Chapter 1 and was removed at the Chapter 5 launch. He comes from the video game Sad Satan. Sad Satan was removed in the Elevator of Doom due to his origin, aka his game. The Sad Satan game comes from the dark web, and there are like 3 versions of the game. You got a censored version, the illegal version which we'll get onto later, and there's also a clean version with all the jump scares being meme pictures. The gameplay is a walking simulator type game. You just walk around in a black and white maze. And the jump scares in the game are normally like the worst things you can imagine. For an example, gore pictures, Club Penguin pictures. It's horrible. In the Chapter 5 launch, Sad Satan was removed from the game permanently, and all traces of the game has been removed. Sad Satan has also been heavily blacklisted in the Discord server suggestions. If you truly want to see what the game looks like, then I go suggest watching any of the gameplays of it on YouTube. PewDiePie and other people had made videos on the game before. Don't worry, they're censored. Though, by any means, do not play Sad Satan. Just don't. My only exposure to the game is the Let's Plays, nothing else. Well, we officially made it to the final tier of the iceberg, the depths. Apologies to everyone that wanted more of tier 7, I couldn't think of too much entries for it. Much like the last entry, the Sad Satan one, these last 3 entries will topic some more serious topics or more NSFW-like topics, so if you're a kid, please by any means leave. And if you don't like topics such as quote-unquote moaning or the pandemic or suicide, then also leave. I forgot to mention it in the Sad Satan entry, but I will not say it anymore. Alright, you still here?
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Alright, fine. Well, let's begin. Group hoaxes were fake rumors in my Roblox group. They were normally made by people to just scare kids away from the game or something. I don't know. Or B, just to spread attention. Just to name a few, 3 of the examples I could think of would be, oh my god, there's this audio of Marinette and Adrian from the hit show Miraculous Ladybug moaning. The FBI's coming, God help me. And they'd also say, oh my god, the bacon who played it. Another example was, oh my god, I was teleported to a game, and Adelaide killed me, and I was banned in the Elevator of Doom. Help! I will not mention the name of the user that said these comments because I don't want you guys to attack him. He has also now actually matured, and he's no longer making these fake rumors anymore, as far as I've seen at least. And I am aware that he is regretting them too. Now, are any of these real? Absolutely not! I just see it as group member trying to get attention. And failed because the community was mad at him. But hey, at least the dude isn't alive anymore. Still kinda questioning that miraculous audios though. Oh dear. The Samsung ringtone intermission song was an intermission song added to Chapter 5's launch during a song contest hosted in my Discord server with Florence, a co-creator of Elevator Doom. There were 50 songs in the song contest, and one of them was the S10 Samsung ringtone, which, if you don't know, is a Samsung ringtone with violins, something. It's kind of like an orchestra. I guess Florence picked it because it's for a tribute of someone we'll talk about in a bit in the entry. Which, yeah, this ringtone has a rough history. But anyways, I refuse to play the ringtone to you guys, because if you've seen the video or heard of it, you know. But basically, this ringtone was added to TOD without me knowing about the quote-unquote relevancy of it. Pretty much, the ringtone became very popular because it was used in a video about a guy, I will not say his name, and he had a gun, and you know the rest. After that, the ringtone played in the background. I will not show any screenshots or mentions of the guy in the video. If you want, you can Google on YouTube, but I highly suggest to not watch the video. You'll be better off not knowing. After I knew that fact, we quickly removed the intermission song off of the game and replaced it with the intermission song from the Roblox library. Also, the video became very popular on TikTok. Anyways, there are people out there that topicked this subject way better than I ever will, so I will not go on it too much. Anyways, rest in peace to the guy that was in the video. Finally, we're now at the final entry of the Iceberg. The floor. I'm going to be referring to this floor the lockdown floor because that was the floor name. Was a floor in the Elevator Doom launch. Of course, the killer on the floor was the coughing thingy, which I will not say because YouTube will demonetize the video. The floor took place in a city that was in lockdown, and everything in the floor was a free model, of course, because it was a floor in the game's launch. There were 3 modeled houses, there was a playground, there was a road, there was a broken down ambulance, and that's all I can remember. And this floor was really laggy. And the coughing monster couldn't even get to the elevator. He couldn't enter, neither could the players. There was like an invisible barrier. On the May the 4th update, where the Stormtroopers, Michael Myers and Mario.exe were first added, the coughing monster was the first killer to ever be removed in TOD history. Because he was very buggy and laggy, he was also kind of offensive because people like Rick May passed away because of the coughing monster. Keep in mind that when the coughing monster was first added to TOD, that was when lockdown began. And I absolutely hated lockdown, and I hated the coughing monster, and I obviously hate 2020. I got infected by the coughing monster like 2 or 3 times. And no, the coughing monster will never be returning to TOD. And there we have it. The Elevator of Doom Iceberg is officially completed. This might be the longest video I have ever made on the channel. And this video took weeks for me to finish because I had personal life stuff, also Elevator of Doom updates, and many more. I'm really glad you guys made it all the way to the end of the video. And while you're at it, subscribe and like this video, because it's free. I also like to give a shout out to everyone that had their clips used in this Iceberg. Shout out to you guys. With that said, I'm Cyberfox, and see ya in the next video. Peace.